Today on Inside Drag Racing, it's the Tremec Transmissions True Street. True Street Racing is a racing class for mildly modified to heavy modified high-performance street vehicles that are street certified and able to drive over a 30-mile distance. All model years and engine types, power adders are permitted. Class is designed for stock chassis or back half type vehicles running true 10.5-inch wide tires. Vehicles must be registered, licensed, and insured, and then it's a whole lot of fun after that. The 30-mile road trip, which we'll detail a little bit later on, is one key part of Tremec True Street. And at the end, the quickest average over 3 runs will be crowned the king of True Street. The True Street guy, the guy that can bring his car literally off the street, put it on that drag strip and run. Got a transmission that covers him all the way up to the pro category guys, those guys that are really pounding and ripping up things. But the Tremec transmission seems to just hold steady in all of those cases.
They are, and again, you know, that's one of the great things about my job is I get to sell something that, you know, it's not full of marketing fluff. These really are great transmissions. I use it myself. I believe in it. And in the case, like you said, offering a little something for everybody, the TKO, that's what you'll find mostly out here, the pure street, the real street guys, some of the guys in our Tremec True Street class, of course. You know, it's really well suited to sportsman drag racing ranks. And then, of course, when you get into like our T56 Magnum, that level of refinement is just a real big selling point with the guys that are out there on the street all the time. I mean, that's our core demographic. We have the TKO that is well suited to get those sportsman drag racing ranks, and you have your pure street and real street guys out there. They're, you know, 650 horsepower, the 3,400 pound cars that are settling on the bumper, and some pretty wild stuff. Our transmissions are really extremely well suited to your hardcore street guy. Higher horsepower. You know, guys that are taking these things out on the Saturdays and Sundays, you know, cruising down the highway, stuff like that. Of course, as you know, all our transmissions offer overdrive for really excellent fuel savings, which, you know, no one likes to talk about economy, but the fact of the matter is, you know, it'll do your pocket a favor as well. And I'm proud to say that there's really nobody else out there that takes it as far as we do.
Time now for the Lincoln Tech Engine Build, a look at performance engine building with the students and instructors of Lincoln Technical Institute.
Making pretty good progress on our project here. A couple guys centering up and working on our Flowmaster 3-inch exhaust all the way out the back. We're still missing a couple hangers for it, but it's looking good. Like it's going to come right to where we need it and want it. Pretty nice system. Pre-bent hangers, bolt in, nice set of clamps. I like what we're working with there. A couple guys putting in our new fuel lines. We've already finished putting in the brake lines in the frame rail on the other side. Nice pre-bent stuff going right back in our keepers and hangers. That's always nice to do a project like this and have all brand new equipment as far as that goes. A couple guys working on checking our drive shaft length. We've made a change with the transmission. Went from a 350 turbo hydromatic to a 400. So obviously we have a front yoke issue, but along with that we have a length issue as well. So we're trying to get that mocked up and get a length so we can have our drive shaft shortened to the right length. In the front, we're finishing up our 2-inch drop spindles. With all our new steering components, new springs, gearbox has been reconditioned. It's going to look real nice with our new belt system in the front. So far, so good. We're coming down to crunch time. This thing is really supposed to be delivered to the collision department at the end of this week, you guys. So we have to stay busy. We got a lot of work to do and a short time to get there.
Inside Drag Racing is brought to you by Summit Racing Equipment, the World Speed Shop. By ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology. And by Lincoln Tech. Get the training you need for the career you want at Lincoln Tech. It's your future now.
I worked at a local auto parts store over 3 years saving up for this car. Bought her brand new my senior year, November '64. I've tried just about every power combination you can think of over the past 45 years. Now, with over 700 horsepower out back, I've never had more fun driving my Chevelle than I do today with a Tremec transmission.
My name is Mike Evanoff, and it really does have a Tremec.
Learn more about me and my story at Tremec.com.
Welcome back to Inside Drag Racing here at ZMAX Dragway. We're right in the heart of the True Street competition, which is brought to you by Tremec Transmission, and talking with Nate to kind of get the update on what's new from Tremec.
Whole lot, Doc. How are you?
Doing good, man. A beautiful, beautiful, great event here.
Absolutely, man. A little hot, but oh my gosh, what a facility.
Well, it does kind of test the drag racers a little bit. We're hearing traction is probably a problem up there on the starting line. I think the guys that can solve that problem could end up in victory lane.
Absolutely, absolutely. You'd be hard-pressed to find someone to prep it better for you. ZMAX Dragway is an awesome facility, but we're dealing with a little bit of heat out here. As far as our product goes, Doc, we got just about anything for anybody here. We got the T5 down there on the end. The new T56 Magnum, Doc, is really a wild piece. Basically what we've done is with minor exceptions to the aftermarket, we've changed a few pieces, you know, for application flexibility, things of that nature. But essentially what you got here is a special aftermarket reskin of the TR6060, which, as you know, is factory equipment in the Challenger, the Camaro, the Shelbys, the Vets, the Vipers, the Cadillac CTS-V, the G8, GXP. Just about every notable domestic supercar these days with a manual transmission offering is using the OE version of this transmission. And really what we've done is we've taken a page from our TKO catalog and added some flexibility into the 6 speeds, something we were missing before with the original T56. And here you can see we have a reversible style TKO shifter. So what you can do is you can literally pull this off, 6 bolts, flip it around, and basically move your shifter up about 3 inches. Or you can drop on the midshift. We have a midshift location for it, and it's really as simple as putting an inspection plate over here, dropping on the new shifter, bolt it down, you're ready to go. So great for like bench seat applications. I mean, as you can see, I don't even have a stick on this thing. Incredibly easy shifting transmission.
I've been running Tremec transmissions in my race cars since 2000 in about 4 different classes. They've always been heavily involved in everything from the heads-up classes to the true street classes to just the average street car kind of deal. I think I've broken just about every kind of transmission possible, and the transmission currently we have right now, which is a 6060, which is the same as the T56 Magnum, is a very, very stout transmission. It's the torque capacity on that thing is 7 or 8 years ago we couldn't only imagine a street-oriented transmission with that kind of torque capacity. Offers 700 foot-pounds of torque capacity with all the same flexibility options. Again, that higher level of refinement. You know, we try and sell these transmissions. A lot of guys are looking for the number. They want to know about, you know, how much power can it handle. And in the case of the Magnum, we're rating that for 700 foot-pounds of torque capacity. It's really pretty beastly. But there's a lot more to it than that, Doc. There's a level of refinement that is just so hard to quantify. It'll really, really change the way your car drives.
I've used Tremec transmissions for 15 years.
Why?
I don't have any trouble out of them.
They give you all the power that you need?
Oh, absolutely. We make all the power we need. We just have to have something to have it connected to the ground.
Kind of just tell me a little bit about Real Street.
Real Street is a street-oriented class. We have strict rules we have to go by, and the main thing about our class is it's a stick shift class. I ran Pro 5.0 for a few years and put an automatic in the car, and I got bored with it and quit racing. And then we ran across this deal, started putting the car together, and we've been really successful with it.
What's it like working with the guys from Tremec?
Oh, absolutely top notch.
The Sportsman Spotlight, a look at NHRA sportsman drag racers and their racing activities. Now, here's Bob Fry.
Spencer Speedway in Williamson, New York is, well, unique. On Friday night, they run the NASCAR races, and on Saturday, it's the drags. And the drags run on the straightaway, and that's only 528 feet long, and that's a tenth of a mile. And that's what makes drag racing at Spencer Speedway, well, unique.
This track was put together in 1954 and opened by the three Spencer brothers, Walter, Dell, and Merle. Now, they've had the track until 4 years ago when John White from Long Island, a businessman, bought this track to go along with his other upstate tracks.
And I can tell from talking to the racers, the fact that John is putting back into this racetrack is one of the reasons for the increased car count.
Yes, it is. They love the improvements with the computer and the new boards that he put up, and we've been using a great VP product for the starting line, which is working very well in all our weather up here because you never know, you might get snow tomorrow.
It is a great racing facility, so I'm telling you, if you're ever up in the Williamson area, which is not far from Rochester, stop by Spencer Speedway. Hey, come by on Friday nights and try your hand at the NASCAR track. And if you want a lot of fun, stop by on Saturdays and drag race on the only 10th mile track in the country.
I worked at a local auto parts store over 3 years saving up for this car. Bought her brand new my senior year, November '64. I've tried just about every power combination you can think of over the past 45 years. Now, with over 700 horsepower out back, I've never had more fun driving my Chevelle than I do today with a Tremec transmission.
My name is Mike Evanoff, and it really does have a Tremec.
Learn more about me and my story at Tremec.com.
You know you want a great career. And you can have one with help from Lincoln Tech. Get into a real career fast with hands-on automotive training at Lincoln Tech. How fast? Classes start soon, so call now to find out more. With millions of cars and trucks on the roads today, there continues to be growing career opportunities for people with the right automotive technical training. This isn't just a job, it's a career.
Call Lincoln Tech now at 800-765-2251. That's 800-765-2251. Your future now.
PerformanceMarkets.com has hundreds of high-performance parts markets seriously discounted for immediate sale. Names such as Blueprint Engines, TCI Automotive, Quick Fuel Technology, Suncoast Race Cars, Stainless Works, Headers and Exhaust Products, AutoFab Race Cars, and many, many more. Log on now to PerformanceMarkets.com for big discounts. PerformanceMarkets.com, PerformanceMarkets.com. Log on to PerformanceMarkets.com. Welcome back to Inside Drag Racing, ZMAX Dragway. Right now we're at Lowe's Motor Speedway for Tremec True Street's 30-mile cruise. A supervised cruise in which you got to put the laps in before you head back to the drag strip for those timed runs. And King of North Carolina is on the line.
True Street is a test of man and machine out here. We take the cars out, run 30 miles in a cruise to prove the roadworthiness of the cars, bring them back, and without opening the hoods, without doing any adjustments to the cars, we make 3 back-to-back passes. The quickest back-to-back average of those 3 passes is going to be the King of North Carolina. We'll have a overall runner-up, and we'll have winners of each individual index from 9 through 15 seconds. And it's a good time for everybody. We got 43 cars showed up today, and we're going to see how many we can run down today. We're going to finish out Extreme Street here. Then we're going to roll in our burnout contest, get them out of the way. We're going to do a little track prep. We're going to bring in our Hot Rod Quick 8, get them taken care of, and then we're going to roll True Street right after that. So I'm thinking we've got probably a 20 or 30 minute downtime here. Let these guys cool down, and then we'll take them out and run 3 back-to-back passes.
It helps to prove who out here's got an actual street car. A lot of race cars want to say they have a street car, Lexan windows, this, that, and other, big cubic inches, big compression, but can't make the cruise. So this is a good way to sort them out.
What's underneath the hood in your car?
It's a 418 cubic inch. It's a War World product block, trick flow high ports done by TEA. A lot of the parts come from Holcomb Motorsports. They helped me get here today, so I got to give some thanks to those guys.
Why run True Street?
a heck of it to have fun, to get out here and just go on the road cruise is the fun part about it, and get out here and just show. I've got children that we're teaching that's races junior dragsters, and trying to teach them, let's do it here, because you can do your true street racing here, not on the street. So it's working with them.
Tell me about the laps around the Speedway.
It was pretty good. It'd been nice been on the high bank, but you know, this thing would have handled good up on that high bank, but they wouldn't let us do that. So it was fun, man.
I love True Street. It goes back to my roots. I started with street cars. I started racing street cars. And to me, there's nothing better than coming out with a car you can drive on the street and trying to get all that power down.
What about taking a lap around Lowe's Motor Speedway?
You know, it was awesome. My first time on a NASCAR track. I love to watch NASCAR now and again, so to be out there and doing it was pretty good, pretty fun.
Why run True Street?
Just a lot of fun, it is a true street car. Drive it quite a bit on the street. So just a lot of fun. Entry level.
What about taking laps around the track?
Once in a lifetime experience. I'm glad we had the video camera along. So just once in a lifetime thing.
3 laps here, and again, True Street vehicles, all types, makes, models, years. The only thing prohibited, can't run a dragster or a roadster. Tom Heatley in that 93 Chevy, we featured him earlier. This is the first of his passes, and he goes 921 with the 6. Frank Solderich goes 864 with the 7. Joe Davis out of Maryland in the 66 Chevelle. He lays down a first-round pass of a 16:35 with the 4. Again, they take the 3-lap average and put them all up to find out who's going to be our winner. Ray Williams, Jacksonville, Florida, that 06 Ford. He's en route here in round number 1 with a 13.653 run. Stevie Vaughn in the 89 Ford, looking to be king in North Carolina with a 10.22 and a 4 pass. But the greatest pass out of round number 1 belongs to a man from Bristol, Tennessee in an 88 Ford. Alan Hurley en route. An 8.97 with the 4 and 159.40 miles per hour. That's king in round number 1. Time now for the ARP Quarter Mile Quiz. Offer you a chance to test your drag racing knowledge and win a t-shirt from ARP, the world leader in racing fastener technology. Today's question comes from the internet, and Bobby wants to know, what is the recommended vehicle for beginning drag racers? We go to NHRA Executive VP Graham Light.
Well, I'd recommend going to one of the many schools that are around the country, drag racing schools, and they all offer a program that has a super comp type dragster. So you can run a car that's going to go 140, 150 mile an hour dragster, just kind of get your feet wet and start at that level. We have many different types of sportsman categories, and a lot of people go through the ranks and up into the professional categories from those. So I would recommend starting with the schools.
You want to do this? Or how about this?
Then you gotta get the latest Summit Racing catalog at summitracing.com. It's your ticket to millions of in-stock parts, fast delivery coast to coast, and the industry's lowest prices guaranteed. And Summit Racing backs it all up with #1 customer service in high performance. So if you want to do this or this, then get your free Summit Racing catalog at summitracing.com today.
PerformanceMarkets.com has hundreds of high-performance parts marked seriously discounted for immediate sale. Names such as Blueprint Engines, TCI Automotive, Quick Fuel Technology, Suncoast Race Cars, Stainless Works, Headers and Exhaust Products, AutoFab Race Cars, and many, many more. Log on now to PerformanceMarkets.com for big discounts. PerformanceMarkets.com, PerformanceMarkets.com. Log on to PerformanceMarkets.com. ARP, the world leader in fastener technology, the fasteners of champions.
Any automotive-related thing for the engine, I mean, it's pretty much straight ARP.
We use ARP products, and they're very dependable and reliable, and that's why we use ARP products. Anything to be more consistent or more reliable is really important, so we use ARP for everything we can. If I want to be the best, I got to have the best on my car. I saw ARP was the best, and I decided that was the company I wanted to go with.
ARP, the world leader in fastener technology.
Ringside Drag Racing's coverage of Tremec Transmissions True Street is brought to you by Tremec Transmissions, extraordinary transmissions for ordinary people. By Holcomb Motorsports, the evolution of excellence. And by Moroso, race-proven Moroso. Third round coverage, the final passes here at Tremec's True Street at the C-Max Dragway in North Carolina. Near lane, Mark Gildersleeve out of Charlotte in an 05 Ford. He's laid down passes near 15. Chris Bowers out of Travelers Rest, South Carolina in 89 Ford. He's been near that 15 mark as well. He goes 14:59. Gildersleeve with an average of 15:23. Daryl Buckner, Goose Creek, South Carolina in the near lane. Far lane, Pete Esmond. That is a 2010 Shelby that he's out there flogging on. Daryl has been right around that 12-second mark, and his average is going to be very, very important here as he lays down a 12:55 with the 3. His average is at 12:13. Ray Williams, Jacksonville, Florida, and David States out of Beaver Falls, Pennsylvania. Williams looking close to that 13-second average. He'd like to be able to nail that down. David is looking for that 15-second average. Ray goes 12:68. He goes 13:01 with the 2. That puts him right now close to that 13-second mark. Billy Zimmerly out of Kannapolis, 88 Ford. And Stevie Vaughn out of Virginia. Vaughn looking to be king of that 10-second round. He's been very, very consistent here. He lays down a 10.102. That makes his average at 10.17. Kevin Harvey, Mooresville, North Carolina, 99 Ford. And Todd Enneman out of Florida in a Ford. Todd's been razor sharp here, looking to be the king of North Carolina. He's averaged about a 9.5. He's going to come back up here, and that puts his average down to a 9.403. That's going to be very, very close to the top end. Mike Gerhardt, Lexington, North Carolina, 90 Ford. And Don Stowers out of Mooresville in an 01 Ford. Don has been very close to that 15-second mark. That's the last trophy and plaque that they'll give out here. Don goes 15.579 at a 15.150 average. Papa Cook, that's George Cook out of North Carolina. Cook's Custom Headers, a vendor who likes to play a little bit drag racing. That's the versatility of Tremec True Street. Johnny Morris out of Bluff City, Tennessee. He's been very close to the 12s, and boy, check this out. Goes 12.020 and a 12.068. He may have wrapped up a plaque there. Next up, Alan Hurley, Bristol, Tennessee, an 897 with the 4, an 896 in earlier rounds. That's Ryan Leitner, Lexington, in an 87 Ford over there. He's been close to the 9s here, but Alan Turley, he goes 893 with the 7. That gives him an average of 8.959. That's king of the strip so far. Don Isley, Bowie, Maryland, in the 06 Dodge, and Dean Lewis out of Concord, North Carolina. Lewis has got 1328 and 1320. He looks like he might be the king of the 13-second mark, but don't count out Inslee over there. He goes at 12.92, but Lewis's average is at 13.245. Brian McKinley, Red Lion, Pennsylvania, the 87 Ford, and Pamela Zimmerly out of Kannapolis. Brian's been beating that car down near the 12-second mark. Pamela looking for a 14-second finish. Brian goes 12.81, and that makes his average at 12.75.9. Scott Brady, Lexington, North Carolina, 902, 946. He's been all over the place. Tony Leitner out of Elgin, South Carolina. He's gone 1114 and 1176. He wants to be able to make a pass down there in the 11-second area. He's going to go 11060 for the 1132 average to pick up the win in that 11-second category. Jody Treadway, Chandler, North Carolina, 93 Ford, and James Hayden out of Charlotte, 95 Chevrolet. Just a couple of passes left to sort out these averages. Jody looks close to that 13-second mark. James looked like he's going to be close to that 12-second mark. 12.18 with a 9 for James. George Cook Jr., far lane at 07 Dodge. He used to live in New York. Now he makes his home in North Carolina. He is on a pass to hopefully be the 13-second mark, a 13.714. That'll put him in second place in that overall category.
First, I think that racing is a family experience, and it does cause bonding, and it really helps out. I brought my daughter along. She's 12. Her name's Ashley, and I really think that if you show children from the ground up that you can do something, and if you have the will and the want to, it's yours.
It was really good. I actually was hoping to run the 10-second category, but forgot to turn the nitrous on, so my first pass was a 12.01, so I thought, well, I may leave it off and run the 12-second category. So I had a lot of fun, blew one car up, but still got 3 to take home, so we're good.
Anytime in motorsports where the trophy is bigger than the champion, it's got to mean something special, man. Congratulations.
Well, thanks a bunch. We appreciate it. Appreciate Nmra Nmca putting this on, and it's been a great weekend.
You know, you look at True Street, it's one of those things where you can really have a lot of fun with it. Maybe the pressure isn't on. Just kind of describe your experience at True Street.
It's just a lot of fun. Like you said, there's not a lot of pressure. You can go. You're going to make your runs all in one day, 3 back to back to back. It's nice. You can come out and run a 15-second car. You can come out and run an 8-second car like we did. You can have a lot of fun with it. And guess what? There's plenty of time to get in the stands and watch the big boys run. So it's a lot of fun.
I think the Tremec True Street really lives up to its name and really lives up to its mission.
Right? Success on a massive scale, Doc. I mean, talk about a good time. We're talking about like one of the nicest facilities in the country, if not the nicest. Some of the greatest people, cool cars, just fun. And that's what the class is all about. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Indeed, mission accomplished. Here's a look at our category winners as well. Tremec Transmissions True Street, an awful lot of fun. Check out nmcadigital.com or nmradigital.com to find out the next time that Tremec True Street hits the track. Congratulations to our winner and his family. How are they going to get that trophy home in that little bitty car? Thanks for watching Inside Drag Racing. We'll see you again next week.